Morning. I mean, just thanks. But no, thank you. Cheers. Oh, baby. Good morning, or evening, afternoon, wherever you are, whatever time. But the Jamis here, the Jamis that I've just built, if you haven't seen that, check the build video out. The plan was to ride it, show you a ride it round loads, explore the countryside on it, etc. and film it all for this. Unfortunately, that hasn't quite gone to plan. I have rode it round, I have test ridden it, I filmed a little bit of footage, but the bike's actually sold. It is no longer my bike. It actually sold really quick as well. It sold literally overnight, which I was really impressed with, really shocked with actually, because I didn't think I'd sell it after the amount of spent on it. So yeah, really pleased with that, and I really hope the new owner enjoys it. So today I'm just going to go through packing up a bike, how to do it, what to look for, etc. Now obviously the first thing you're going to need when you're shipping a bike is a bike box. You don't have to pay for these. Bike shops give them away for free all the time, or at least mine do. So I'll nip down to the local bike shop, ask them if they've got a suitable box to send off this bike, send off another bike, whatever, Nip down Halfords even and do the same. And generally they've got bikes tucked away at the back that they want to get rid of. Not bikes, bike boxes tucked away at the back that they're just going to scrap. So if they can give it to you, it's less rubbish for them, and you can make use of it. So yeah, you can pick up a bike box fairly easy there. There are sometimes limits on the size of box that you can use with a courier, so always check that out before booking it. For example, the courier that I use, Paisley Freight, has a limit of a length of 1.6 metres and a combined height and width of 1.2 metres. So I need to make sure boxes fit into those requirements. If they don't, you can chop them down, but the larger boxes, the largest boxes with the e-bikes, with the big 29ers, tend to be slightly over that. So always worth checking that. Now of course there are other companies that can ship bikes, but I've used Paisley Freight for all of mine, and a baseline price to ship a bike is about £25, with you providing your own box and packaging, etc. They can provide it for you, and I think that's a good going rate. But then you can obviously add insurance on top of that. So this bike is now fully insured as well, up to X amount, and it's costing me an extra £15 to get it fully insured. So the total price, and then that with VAT, is about £45 to get this bike shipped. And then on top of that, you've got to work out your packaging way. So you can either use what they're called, you know, the foam insulating pipe noodles kind of things. You can use some of those to wrap around all the tubes. Bubble wrap, obviously, you can get your hands on some of that. Again, people might throw out bubble wrap because there's used in packaging all the time. What I'm actually going to use today is a mixture of bubble wrap, but I've also got some insulation, which is, you know, used behind radiators and stuff like that. So it's just some nice foil with lots of air pockets in it, and it should protect the paintwork. I'm going to wrap it around all the tubes so everything is protected. Normally you're going to have to take the pedals off as well. So pedals come off, handlebars come off, front wheel comes off, and sometimes the saddle as well. And that's generally how you get it in the bike box. But I'm going to show you all that now. And there we have it, one packed up bike, one safely packed up bike. As you probably saw, I went through the whole frame. Each tube got wrapped up in that insulation that I had, which is basically the same as bubble wrap. Made sure it was all protected. Front wheel is obviously coming off to fit it in that box because it's going to be too long otherwise. Taking out the skewer so that it doesn't protrude into anything, and making sure that it's safely stored down the side of the bike, cable tied up as best as possible so it doesn't rattle around. Same with the seat had to come out, and that was protected and taped up to the frame. And the handlebars as well, last thing, the handlebars were taken off. They were spun round and just cable tied up to the top tube so they can't rattle around either. So the whole thing should be nice and safe now inside. It will just obviously be reassembled of the handlebars, the front wheel and the seat post putting back in. If you're sending pedals as well, then just make sure you put them in a box so they don't rattle around. And that's all it takes. You can just duct tape up or parcel tape up the box. I've got access to those straps and crimping them together so it holds it a bit more secure. But duct tape, parcel tape, you can just go over that. Just make sure it's nice and secure. That lid is flat down, and then stick your address labels on, and away you go. Courier comes and picks it up. You've sent your bike. So yeah, hopefully the new owner of the Jamis enjoys it. Hopefully it's a bit of an insight of how to pack a bike, this. And it's useful. The Jamis was a really nice ride. In fact, my colleague wanted to buy it, but he didn't realise I was selling it, unfortunately, sorry. And yeah, I do really hope that anyone who gets one of my bikes enjoys them. So yeah, on to the next one.